In addition to selecting the best learning option for their children, many parents are also faced with the decision whether to allow them to play school sports. Madison County mother Julie Jones is a board member with the Booster Club at Sparkman High School, and her son is on the football team. She joins us now to talk more about the issue. Thank you so much for being with us.
And thank you for having me.
Julie, as a member of the Booster Club, what sort of feedback are you hearing from parents?
Well, initially, many parents have been concerned whether or not we would have a full football season. And with schools being undecided on whether we were going to start back on time, that was a huge concern. However, we have continued practicing throughout the summer as we were planning on having a full season.
Governor Kay Ivey extended the state's amended safer at home order and masking requirement, and she made an addition to the order which now requires students and employees to wear masks whenever practical from second grade through college. What is your perspective on that decision?
I believe if Governor Ivey is going to continue the mask mandate, we should open the classrooms for these students. If this is such an effective way to proceed with playing sports, etc., the kids need to go to school. They need to have that social interaction every day. There are many younger elementary kids who need that social interaction, and they are not going to be able to get what they need in an online class. And it's going to be extremely difficult for parents, especially in rural areas, because we do not have the internet that we need for kids to participate in online learning.
That has been a huge barrier for so many families. Many parents that we spoke with also say they feel that it's hypocritical that students are allowed to play sports but can't return to the classroom. What's your perspective on that?
Well, and I agree. I fully expected for us not to have a football season when just days before the superintendent of Madison County Schools and Huntsville City and Madison City announced that we were going to do online or virtual learning for the first 9 weeks of school. And immediately after, or a day after, the Alabama High School Athletic Association says that we will continue on with sports as planned. So it really doesn't make much sense to parents. If we can play sports, why can the kids not go back into the classroom?
Your son is an athlete at Sparkman High School and plays football. What are some of the questions and concerns that he has shared with you?
Well, he will be a junior this year, and as many kids, they want to make sure that they're going to get the education. And if we start this 9 weeks online, what happens if 9 weeks later we extend it to another 9 weeks? They want to make sure that they get the education they need. Things like the medical academy, the engineering academy, those are hands-on things that the kids need to do. You can't really do from a computer. And it seems to me every day things are continuing to move forward except for our children and their education.
What were the factors you took into consideration when deciding to allow your son to play football?
Well, he's been around these kids all summer long. And I feel like kids are very resilient. Normally, if it's a healthy child, when they do get ill, they bounce back. My junior at Sparkman is my third. As a parent, I put all of my kids in daycare without option because I had to work, and they were exposed to viruses then. That's the only way that kids are going to build up an immunity to anything they're exposed to. And I feel like my son's a very healthy son. I teach him the hand washing, the social distancing, wear masks if necessary, and just be very conscious of his surroundings.
This has been a difficult situation to navigate for everyone. From your perspective, what have schools done well and how could they have done better?
Oh, goodness. I think schools have done well as far as being a little overprotective of the children, trying to keep them out of close proximity, doing their best to provide education. But I really think that they do need to get back in the classroom. The kids need that social interaction. They need to have their high school experience. There's so many things that they look forward to, and we have been out of the classroom since March. I really think that it's time that the educators need to get those kids back in the schools so they can learn and so they can have their high school experience.
No one knows what the future holds, but where do you see things going in terms of school and school sports if Alabama doesn't flatten the curve?
I think we're going to have no choice but to move forward. This virus is not going to go away. And there is going to be instances where kids will test positive, they will get it. Right now, statistically, the kids are the least likely to get it or transmit it. But I think we have no choice but to continue to move forward because the virus is still going to be here. We just will have to learn how to live with it.
Anything else that you would like to share with us?
If the school systems do continue to keep their doors closed, I would like for them to look for better ways of getting the education to the students. That is, the internet in the rural areas. I mean, we're already having a difficult time feeding some children who get most of their warm meals from schools. And this is all counties and other high schools besides Sparkman, like Buckhorn or Huntsville High or Madison County. All of these areas need to have the internet access they need to get their education if we're going to continue to do it online.
Mother Julie Jones and Booster Club board member at Sparkman High School, thank you so much for your time and insight.
Thank you.